Okay, hi, welcome. It's trust night in the sanctuary tonight, and I haven't a clue what temperature it is, but I gotta tell you, it's hotter than a biscuit. I am just smoking hot. I'm coming to you from Fountain Valley in Southern California, and we're having a bit of a heat wave. So if you see me fanning myself tonight, I've got my air on, but I still also need my little fan. So I hope you guys are doing something to keep yourself cool tonight. We're going to be working trust, the vibration of trust tonight. I think it's actually a super important energy vibration, especially for your mock-ups. When we do our mock-ups, you actually need to have trust in yourself, trust in Supreme Being, and trust in the universe. You need all three of those trust elements in order for your mock-up to come back to you. So I'm going to be working the trust vibration from the perspective of a mock-up tonight. So there are going to be 4 spaces that I clear. Let me go to this. I'm going to work on trust in yourself, trust in Supreme Being, trust in the universe, and then trust in your mock-ups, like your ability to do a mock-up and get your mock-up back. So that's what we're going to work on tonight. All right, I'm going to set the energy for the healing with a prayer. As we cleanse and heal the temple of the soul, may it be with the blessing of divinity that it shine its countenance upon us and bring us peace in body, mind, and spirit. Amen. All righty, let's go ahead and get started with trust in yourself. That'll be the first section that I work on tonight. Well, the most dominant energy when I look at you trusting yourself is disappointment and also disbelief. So it's a lumpy kind of oatmeal colored energy that I'm going to clear. And a lot of the disappointment is when I look at it from expectations. So I was just talking to a client today about expectations in the mock-up space. When you put an expectation in a mock-up, it shoves it out into future time. And what I'm seeing is those expectations, when they're not fulfilled the way that you anticipate them, then you get very disappointed. So that's, like I was saying, that's the first energy that's coming out of the trust space, is disappointment in the times that you tried to trust and you felt like it didn't work. And then after the disappointment comes off, there's a tremendous amount of fear of trusting. Fear of failure. And also the fear of not being able to live up to what you said you could do, whatever that is that you said you could do. There's a fear of not being able to follow through with whatever you commit yourself to. There's a lot of sorrow coming out of the space of trusting in yourself. It's a yellowish white energy. I'm trying to see what that's about. Well, I think that's like another layer of the disappointment, like disappointment in yourself. And then a lot of invalidation, and that's a puffy white energy coming out. I was looking at some energy in the trusting in yourself space that where I'm going to try to explain this. Like the expression pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. I'm going off of that picture. When you dig deep, deep down to pull yourself up out of something, to trust in yourself, there's a red energy in there that needs to be cleaned out. And it looks to me like it's in the first chakra. So it's a red energy on a survival level that is preventing you from trusting in yourself. And while I'm doing this, could somebody else text me? Because I just got another text that one of you cannot see or hear me. And I just want to know if others of you can. Again, there's a time delay, so I'm going to be healing while I wait to hear from you. Okay, thank you. I just got the answer. Okay. And I just want to take a moment to apologize about the technical issues tonight. Well, Christy and Angela is saying Safari works for this and Chrome is not working. So I'll pass that on to you. Sorry about that. Okay, back to the healing. The show must go on. That red energy, when I moved the red energy out, it released a lot of white punishment. So that's what was sticking in that first chakra. Oh, good. I just saw your creative energy coming into the space of trusting in yourself. And it's a kind of like a dusty rose sparkling colorful vibration. Kind of makes me think of the color that I'm wearing, only if it was sparkly and had some bling on it. That's the energy that I see being brought into that space. Okay, I'm going to fill you in. And now the next space that I'm going to work is your trust in Supreme Being. And the first energy I see is a lot of angry control beings that don't want you to have that divine communication. And a lot of those beings are vibrating at brown and red. I'm going to work on those first. There's a lot of competition for you to not get communication with Supreme Being. And it's not just the beings that I'm working on. There's a thick energy band, like about that wide, of kind of a reddish brown energy that is a lot of control energy directed at you and your ability to trust Supreme Being. Because you know what happens when you trust Supreme Being? You know what happens? You become powerful. And people are afraid of your power when you're united in that divine communication. So there's a lot of competition to keep you from having that. Okay, the next big energy that I see is karma. Your karma with Supreme Being. All those lifetimes that you held your fist up, you know, and blasphemy. It's you. You're the problem. So that's leaving energy in Supreme Being space, and that is called karma. So I'm going to do a healing on karma, helping you clear karma between you and Supreme Being. And the way that I see this, since I'm looking at it from a number of people in the sanctuary, is a brown energy. And what's happening is Supreme Being is coming in and giving a forgiveness healing to everyone. And as the forgiveness healing goes on, I'm watching red energy come out of the telepath channels, also like the channels that go down the neck. Oh, this is nice. Supreme Being is giving you a healing on all the times you were angry at Supreme Being and helping remove the anger that has been stuck there from lifetimes. That's a really good healing. Watching all the anger be taken out, it's just neutralizing everything, and that karma is going away. What's coming up is like lifetimes of poverty where you lost your trust in Supreme Being. Lifetimes of disease. And what I see, like different kinds of lifetimes that were clearly painful and full of suffering. And what I see is that in those lifetimes, it wasn't easy for you to see what the lessons were or why you created your life that way. And instead, we're blaming Supreme Being. So also that blame's being taken out of there. And the space of trusting in Supreme Being is coming up to a beautiful gold vibration. And I notice a lot of anger at Supreme Being about money. So I want to clean that space out. Not trusting in Supreme Being in your money space. That's a really beautiful light yellow, orange, gold coming into the trusting in Supreme Being space. Okay. So that one wound up being finished off beautifully. And I'm going to go on to the third space, which is trusting in the universe. This is in the third quadrant of the mock-up process. And once you create your picture, your mental image picture, and you run it by Supreme Being, you have to trust that the universe is going to return that mock-up to you. So if you can't trust in the universe to return that to you, then that stops your mock-up process. So let's take a look at that and see what energy might be affecting you in there. Well, what's showing up is fear that is the result of going places on the astral where you get yourself into trouble. So there's a lot of fear about the cosmos, and that is having a direct impact on your trust in the universe. So let me start to clean out that fear. A lot of wacky things can happen to you on the astral. There are things like report stations where you can be kept by other beings and be observed, and sometimes you can lose some of your skills or abilities. There's a lot of things that can happen to you out in the cosmos. So that's what is showing up is I'll call it nervousness about the cosmos and whether or not it's more of like a safety issue is what I'm looking at, whether they're safe to travel through or not, and how that is having an impact on the mock-up process. This is kind of interesting. You know, in life, we have to learn how to live autonomously, and we also have to learn how to live in a group. What I'm looking at in this section is people who have trouble being in a group also have trouble trusting in the universe. I'm going to work that space right now. again, in this particular section of trusting in the universe, there's still fear there. So I'm working fear again from this space. And there's a gray-green energy coming out of the first chakra in this particular section. There was a gray-green energy in there that was coming out. And that was really heavy and dark energy that came out. There's so much energy on trusting in the universe. It really has a lot to do with whether or not you believe you're going to get something, get what you want, more so than trusting in Supreme Being. So there's a lot of doubt and disbelief in this particular section. Good. That's starting to come up to a nice brighter color. And the way that I'm doing this healing is really based off of a mock-up circle. So I'm just going section by section by section through your mock-up space, clearing out the trust. And of course, the last section that I want to work on now is just trusting in your mock-ups as a whole. Like when you think of doing a mock-up, do you trust that you're going to be able to do the mock-up and get it back? So let's clean that space out now. Well, I like what I see. It's making me happy because there's a lot of certainty in your ability to do a mock-up. So that's really good to see. Yes, there's energy that can be cleaned out, but what I like seeing is a lot of that certainty that you do know how to do mock-ups and that you've had success doing them. There's atheist energy in here. That would be energy that can't say hello to spirit. And that is kind of what I would call a destroy energy in the mock-up space. So that's coming out. One thing that I can do as I'm working on your mock-up space and cleaning out that trust is there are a number of mock-ups in your mock-up space that like didn't get sent out because you didn't have enough trust to send them out. So I'm finding the way that I'm seeing this is like roses that are kind of lingering in the mock-up space that never really got released. So I'm going to clean that up. And that'll help you get your creative energy moving again, because sometimes when we leave mock-ups in our space that we didn't get, or we got them and they didn't come out the way that we wanted them, they eat up energy, and they also can drain your enthusiasm for starting new ones. So we need to get those out of there. Yeah, sometimes cleaning out old mock-ups and half-created mock-ups, ones that never really came to full fruition, that can be a really great way to get more of your energy moving in your creative space. Because like I said, they just take up space and they eat up your energy. Because it takes energy to hold old things in your space. Good. The energy is starting to flow in the full cycle of your mock-ups again. Cleaned out the old mock-ups in your mock-up space, and what that did was it opened up room in the first part of your mock-up, which is where you go to create your picture of what it is that you want, and it also opened up space in the back end of your mock-up, which is your receiving quadrant. So it opened up both those spaces. So that's something to remember about cleaning out old mock-ups every now and then. Make a little mental note of that. Okay, I'm going to fill that last space in with gold. And so essentially tonight, even though it was on trust, you really got a clean out to your whole mock-up space tonight, your whole mock-up process. So that's all been filled in. It's all vibrating at gold now. And you can go ahead and create a gold sun above your own head, fill yourself in. And I'm going to go ahead and close out the healing. May it be with the blessing of divinity that this healing on trust tonight be complete. Amen. All right. I have a couple of announcements. Next week, we have a Seek and You Will Find. Let me find that. Okay. That is on Monday the 12th. And then, of course, next week is my Women's Intuition class on your personal constitution, part 1. And that is on your agreement with your body. And we're going to be taking a look at some things about your body and the energy that you might have brought in with you from your last lifetime when you took your body. And we're going to be looking at energies from birth, also energies from family and parents. So this is going to be a great clean out for your what's called your body being communication space. That's how does your body communicate with your spirit? So body being communication. So that's going to be next Thursday night, and I would love you to join me in that. It's going to be a great clean out. So I look forward to seeing you next week on Seek and You Will Find Monday night and Thursday night. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to be talking to Christy about how to resolve some of these technical issues that I've been having, and I do apologize. Still trying to figure out how to get the whole thing running smoothly, but thanks for hanging in there with me tonight. Got my eyes on you. Have a lovely evening tonight and do whatever you can to try to stay cool because it is hotter than a biscuit. All right. Have a good night tonight. Thank you. Bye-bye.